All right, welcome to the text exercise. First, we're going to take the photo into Photoshop and isolate the puppy. Now, there's about a bazillion ways to do this, and we're going to do it the coolest way. Let's also make that fit. That's good? Okay. Get inside there. Very quickly, I'm going to duplicate the background, turn the background off, and select the Waz. Hold down the Shift to add to the selection. Hold down the Option to subtract. Yes, those are his wiener dog sheets. He's no joke. So all the professionals have them. So you can use any tool you want in Photoshop or any combination of tools. Getting his ear in there is going to be a little tough. I'm going to hit Q. Q is going to take me into quick mask mode. All right? And what that does is allows me to get the brush with black and white, zoom in, and edit what I want in the mask and out of the mask. I'm going to get a slightly harder brush. I'm going to double click over here. You see how the red is what's selected? I like to work the other way. I'm going to double click over here, and the color will indicate the maxed areas. All right, so I'm going to go back into Q, and now everything that is maxed is red. So what my selection will be is not red. Does that make sense? You can work in an additive way or a subtractive way, whatever works best for you. And again, just this Q in, Q out. Just make a quick one. Hit X to put white in the front, and then that will allow you to add his little ham hock. Let's see, maybe some more ham hock there. And X to put black in the front will hide everything else. All right, make sure you've got all your toes. I'm editing this quick mask the same way I would edit a layer mask, hiding and revealing different options. I'm going to clean up his back, make it a little smoother. I don't think he looks a little like a dinosaur like that, so clean that up a little. Okay, you don't want to spend a lot of time on it. We just need to get a pretty good selection. Hit Q to exit quick mask. And with the selection, I'm going to go to Select, Refine Edges. I'm going to crease the radius a little bit, smooth the selection a little bit, feather it, and hit OK. I'm going to go back into quick mask because I added this. Oops, yeah, 100%. Making sense so far? If you want to use another tool to get this done, you can use any tool you like. Let's make sure we got all that. Okay, Q to exit, and then Command J, which is new selection, new layer from selection. So now we just have our wiener dog. I'm going to save this as Waz, and I'm going to save it as a PNG. Do you know why I would save it as a PNG? It preserves the transparency. Hit save, none, okay. And we're going to shut this down. If you want to save that work you did in case you need to come back in, that's fine. Let's open Illustrator. That's not Illustrator. Let's open Illustrator. This is the part where we're opening Illustrator. Okay. File New. We're going to make a, let's let's see, a 5 by 7. And we're going to make a bleed of 1.25 at the top, bottom, left, and right. And I think that that's good. We're going to call this last name underscore EX. What number? 8? 8? Okay. And okay. This is our bleed, meaning if we want an area of color to go all the way to the ends, we have to consider that area of bleed. If not, even if you draw a rectangle that goes all the way up to the edge, when it's printed, there's a good chance that you will get a white line. All right, so when you want to bleed, this is how you use the bleeds. Okay? All right, so let's Command R to turn our rulers on, because then we have our guides in the rulers, and File Place to place the WAS. We do not want to link it. We do not want it to be a template, and hit Place. He's big, a little bigger than maybe what we need. Holy crap, okay. We could here go to the width and height and just start working that down to something manageable. But you have to constrain proportions or else it just looks weird. Or you can zoom out, Command minus, grab the corners, hold Shift. Okay. There we go. So you could choose a color for the background. Now, the Wiener Schnitzel colors are red and kind of a yellow. I'm going to draw a square from corner to corner. And let's say we just choose a red. Looks good. We need to put that behind. Object Arrange, send to back. So we have the wiener dog in the front. And, oh, we also need to hit our artboard tool and go to our artboard panel and hit another artboard, because we're going to have a front and a back. What I like to do is just bring the information over in chunks and then organize it from there. So let's see. Let's not have that be centered. You also might want to select this Word document, Command A to select all, and then clear the formatting on it. Which I'm not sure how to do in this version of Word. Maybe, nope. All right, maybe we don't then. Command C, Command V brings it over. Now we've got a lot of extra text here. You can see with this little red plus. You can select that little red plus. It will load the text on the cursor and you can draw a big text box. You'll see this line. That means it's threaded. And what we can do is work with little bits and pieces of it. So all you want to include is the who, what, where, when, and why. So I'm going to, oops, look at what we've got here. I cut and paste a little piece of the what, the where, and you're going to have to edit out a little bit, but you'll select the who, what, where, when, and why, and work it onto this design. One thing I want you to lay out is your rulers. So rulers and guides, guides come out of the rulers. And you want to give yourself at least 1/4 of an inch from the top, bottom, and both sides. I'm a little overcautious when it comes to setting up guides for printing, but I'd rather be overcautious than have some of my text missing. Okay, so once you have that decided, then you will use this text on the front and back of the design. Now, a couple of things are going to be a problem or a challenge with this. This red is going to be very, very hard to read. So, got to think about like the way that we read. Probably easier to go with a little like an off-white. If you go with black, everything has to be white text. It's a little tricky to read. Also think about printing costs. Like, do you think that they're going to print full color? Maybe full color on the front, black and white on the back, right? Because this is where more of the information will go. So you can leave the front in color and then make this, all of this design in black and white. You can bring in the Wiener Schnitzel logo. You can just get that online. And you can bring in any additional kind of design elements that you want. Is this a good start? Okay. Let's just stop